Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan received 2 written messages from the President and the Prime Minister of Kyrgyzstan, handed over to His Excellency the Foreign Minister. And the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry launches 14 initiatives within the outcomes of the development cycle of its Strategic Direction Workshop. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq received 2 written messages from His Excellency Sadir Japarov, President of Kyrgyz Republic, and from Adilbek Kasimaliyev, Prime Minister of Kyrgyz Republic, related to bilateral relations between the 2 countries. The 2 messages were received by His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamid Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, when he's received His Excellency Jinbek Gulabuyev, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Kyrgyz Republic, at the Ministry's Central Diwan today. During the meeting, they discussed bilateral relations between the 2 countries and ways to enhance them in all areas of common interest, especially in the field of mining, renewable energy and food security, as well as enhancing investment areas. The 2 ministers discussed the latest regional and international developments and exchanged views on them, stressing the agreement of their countries' positions, calling for adopting peaceful solutions in addressing issues and disputes, which contributes to enhancing security and stability and spreading the values of harmony among countries and the people. The 2 sides signed a memorandum of understanding on political consultation between the Sultanate of Oman and Kyrgyz Republic. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Ambassador Sheikh Ahmed bin Hashel Al-Maskari, acting supervisor of the head of the Central Asia Department, and a number of officials from both sides. The Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry launched 14 initiatives at the conclusion of the development cycle of its strategic directions, which came in cooperation with the Oman Vision 2040 Implementation and Follow-up Unit. These initiatives included issuing a smart guide for commercial and investment legislation, which has the feature of automatic updating and digital interaction through the use of Chamber's website. In addition to the Takamul initiative, which aims to enhance the partnership between the Chamber's branches and the Governor's offices, the Opportunities Initiative, which aims to identify investment opportunities and analyze the competitive advantages of each governorate, and the Messiah Initiative, which aims to implement discussion sessions during which current investment initiatives are reviewed and development advantages are proposed by evolving business owners and relative authorities to submit development proposals. The Omani technological companies that contributed in the conference LEAP 2025 in Saudi capital Riyadh signed 4 new cooperation agreements with international companies with a total value of approximately 9 million Omani riyals. The agreement contained various aspects, including new agricultural technologies, sustainable agricultural solutions, as well as developing financial technological solutions and establishing incentives for emerging companies. This reflects the success of Omani companies in signing agreements and developing them. It also reflects the competitiveness capabilities of those companies and their distinguished services and digital solutions that they innovate and provide to regional markets. These agreements also reflect the success of Oman's participation goals in this conference, in addition to supporting of the expansion of emerging technical companies in international markets and attracting international digital investments. Trucks loaded with aid were seen turning back from the Rafah border crossing in Egypt yesterday after failing to cross into Gaza following U.S. President Donald Trump's warning to cancel the Israeli-Hamas ceasefire if all hostages are not released by Saturday. Trump's remarks came after Hamas announced on Monday that it would stop releasing Israeli hostages until further notice, citing what the Palestinians' militant group called Israeli violations of the truce accord, raising the risk of reigniting the 15-month conflict. It said that such alleged violations included stopping humanitarian aid from entering Gaza, has stimulated the deal as such as 60,000 mobile houses and 200,000 tents, as well as heavy machinery to remove rubble and fuel. Russia's missile attack on Kyiv this morning killed at least one civilian, injured 3, and sparked several fires throughout the city. As a result of the attack, emergency services were called to at least 4 districts of the Ukrainian capital. The military administration said that fires broke out several residential and non-residential buildings. Witnesses reported hearing a series of explosions in what that sounded like air defense systems in operation. Bolivia is on alert after intense rains have killed 24 people and left hundreds without homes, with La Paz being the hardest hit region in the country. The town of Tipuani in northern La Paz experienced river overflow after rain forcing residents to take shelter in a church. The Bolivian Meteorology Service, SENAME, issued an orange alert from February 7th to the 22nd to warn of swollen rivers, including Tipuani. The Deputy Minister of Civil Defense, Juan Carlos, said on Monday that 24 people have died, 1 is missing, and 8 out of 9 regions have been affected by the bad weather. The minister added that rains will persist throughout this month and potentially into early March. The AI Action Summit in Paris kicked off, bringing together world leaders and top tech executives to shape the future of artificial intelligence. China's Xu Lin, dean of Schwarzman College at Tsinghua University, highlighted China's major contributions to AI development and governance, citing innovations like DeepSeek. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron called for lighter regulations to help Europe stay competitive in the AI race. The summit, which followed previous events in the United Kingdom and South Korea, focuses on AI safety, sustainability, and inclusive global governance as France aims to take a leading role in the sector. The AI rapidly evolving discussions also centered on its role in tackling climate change, digital transformation, and economic growth, reinforcing the need for responsible innovation on a global scale. Still to come in our news bulletin. AI-powered museums app is revolutionizing the way people interact with the work of art. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The state-owned institution, in collaboration with the Office of the Governor of South Al-Batna, titled Protecting Public Funds and Promoting Integrity, the event aims to raise awareness about the importance of partnership in safeguarding public funds and combating corruption while fostering values of integrity across various segments of the society. The seminar highlighted the societal role in protecting public funds, the channels provided by the institutions for submitting complaints and reports, and mechanisms for reviewing them. Additionally, it showcased the impact of auditing and the added value achieved through such efforts. The seminar was held under the patronage of His Excellency Engineer Masoud bin Saeed al-Hashmi, Governor of South Al-Batna. Since its opening in February last year, the Fertility Center at Al-Wataya Gynecology and Obstetrics Complex has recorded 79 pregnancies, including 9 twin pregnancies, 13 birth and 39 cases still awaiting delivery, contributing to spreading hope to many who wish to achieve the dream of a desired parenthood. The center has received more than 5,000 male and female patients, conducted more than 30,000 laboratory tests and 900 treatment cycles. It performed 729 egg retrieval operations and 224 frozen embryo transfer operations. The center receives cases referred from the women and maternity departments of all government hospitals and health complexes in all governorates. Oman Environmental Services Holding Company BS signed memorandum of cooperation with Reisut Cement Company and the German company MVW to evaluate the feasibility of a waste-derived fuel production project and the development of a sustainable business model for all stakeholders, which will contribute to reducing waste and promoting the use of alternative energy in the heavy industries sector. The project will contribute to reducing dependence on fossil fuels and reducing the carbon footprint, which will enhance the competitiveness of the sector locally and regionally. It is hoped that this project will bring about a radical transformation in the waste management sector in the Sultanate of Oman to be a fundamental pillar in promoting environmental sustainability. In celebration of Omani Industry Day on February 9th, the Far Governorate hosted the 3rd edition of the Made in Salalah Free Zone exhibition. The event also featured participation from more than 30 industrial companies, as well as workshops during which the Free Zone highlighted a 40% increase in total industrial investments in the area. The workshops also focused on enhancing industrial skills and boosting the competitiveness of Omani products. As Salalah Free Zone moves towards becoming a hub for future industries, the exhibition saw participation from several Omani startups specializing in renewable energy. In the wilaya of Bahla, pottery artisan Saeed Al-Adawi has transformed his passion into an educational initiative, passing down the art of pottery to generations of Omani youth. This craftsmanship has captured the attention of visitors and tourists alike. Here's a report.
In the heart of the pottery workshop, the earthy aroma of clay and marl soil envelopes the space. Saeed Al-Adawi, a seasoned potter with decades of experience, masterfully shapes raw earth into intricate ceramic pieces, each telling a story from deep within the land. His connection to pottery isn't just a profession, but a lifelong journey of transforming natural materials into art, ensuring that this age-old craft continues to thrive.
We have 4 areas in the factory to keep the craft. The first, teaching our children about the pottery. The second, educating young job seekers. The third, spreading the culture, the craft among school and university students and society. And implementing workshop inside the factory and experimenting pottery making.
With dedication, the workshop has become more than just a production space. It is now a tourist attraction and an educational hub, drawing in visitors eager to learn about authentic handmade pottery products.
I think it's really very impressive. There are small children over here who've been making little pots. I'm impressed by the fact they've got the old kilns still here, and they're obviously using new kilns, the big powered kilns. The range of pots is very interesting. Obviously some ancient style of pots, but also some modern ones for tourists and probably for the home too. I think it's excellent that you have a facility like this that is continuing in Bahla.
Having inherited this craft from their fathers and grandfathers, the artisans work tirelessly, their fingers moving with precision and passion. Here, clay is a language that speaks of identity, tradition, and cultural heritage. From the skilled hands of master potters to the creative touch of the next generation, this workshop isn't just shaping clay, it's molding a legacy that bridges the past and the future. Reporting from the Wilaya of Bahla, this is Salih Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya, Governorate.
Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the way people interact with the work of art, like Ask Mona app, which allows visitors to interact with paintings. Here's a report.
An AI-powered museum app is allowing visitors to talk to masterpieces, most notably the famous Mona Lisa. Ask Mona is one of many AI solutions exhibiting at a global summit in Paris, Grand Palais, which gathers government and business leaders, startups and scientists to discuss the economic and social challenges of AI, as well as opportunities in various sectors.
I think AI is changing the way we are consuming every form of content, and this is revolutionizing the way we are interacting also with a work of art or any form of content, basically. And so I think it's the way it's going. It's not a trend like the metaverse was a trend. I think it's profound and it's here to stay.
Ask Mona aims to make museum visits conversational, and visitors can ask questions to the app and get an instant response, such as to why Mona Lisa has no eyebrows. Inspired by the Harry Potter novels, in which characters were able to talk to the subjects of paintings, the Ask Mona Lisa AI app brings to life via a click of QR code grand figures of art and history, such as Victor Hugo, Napoleon, or the pharaoh Ramses.
There is this idea where you can talk to the work of art and enter into some kind of magical world, you know. Well, we had this dream in 2016 to make this possible through AI. And so we worked relentlessly during those years to make it possible, and now it's actually possible.
By such direct interaction, the information shared is more personalized, and in return, such conversations feed the AI learning algorithm so that a museum can better understand its audience. Ask Mona offers AI solutions to cultural establishments, tourism destinations, educational institutions, and retail companies.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan receives two written messages from the President and the Prime Minister of Kyrgyzstan, handed over to His Excellency the Foreign Minister. And the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry launches 14 initiatives within the outcomes of the development cycle of its Strategic Directions Workshop. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night and stay safe.